Hello my sugar plums, welcome back to my channel. Guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I make this gorgeous pendant using resin, UV resin, to make it look like it's a natural stone. Now it's super easy to make, more easy than you think, and I hope you enjoyed this video. But for this project, basically we're going to need quite a lot of alcohol ink, and I will be using some reds and some greens because we're trying to get like a greenish reddish stone. That's why we're going to be using. So I'm going to be using a little bit of silver, a little bit of black, a little bit of white, and a little bit of green as well, and red. Now like I say, we have a few alcohol ink and resin ink to be using for this one. Again, for this video I'm going to be using UV resin, and my UV resin of choice is a Jeduction. Don't forget to use your gloves and your mask. Like when I'm using UV resin, I don't like wearing my big mask, so I just use NK95. It does the job good. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix all the color that I'm going to be using on the side, but I will be making a heart pendant, and but I'm just using the same mold to kind of mix because I have a lot of different colors and I don't need a lot of them, so so I'm gonna be using the mold to kind of mix my different colors. Now I can see I have like different shape of green, I have like the reds, and I also have a little bit of silver, and I'm making two different red, one that is more darker, that is more like a maroon type of red, very deep color, and I also have a little bit of silver again. Now for the maroon red, I use I put a little bit more black. I put a black in it, and I also use like a deeper red color as well, so to give the color that I'm gonna be using. Again, it's very easy, very self-explanatory the way I'm gonna be making the video. Now you need to be very careful. Now I'm gonna be using a very tiny lamp to kind of cure my UV resin, because you're gonna need to cure as you are designing the pendant. Now if you don't have that and you have like just a regular lamp, I suggest that you put your UV resin color in another container, so that way it's not close to the lamp, because if you have a big one and you put your lamp on top of it, it's gonna cure those colors. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But I'm gonna be using a small one. Like as you see right here, I almost make a mess because I almost went and used my big lamp, and I remember I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to use that. So that's when I went and got my small spot UV lamp. So that now, because I want the colors to be in specific spots, so I'm kind of designing where I want the red to go, that green to go, that green to go, so you have to, that's why I say it's UV resin, so you have to cure as you go, so that way the color that you put in one placement doesn't move, because if you don't, then it's gonna move. So so that's the one thing about it. So again, like I say, make sure that you have a spot lamp when you're doing this. So I'm kind of designing it like this. It's super easy to make your resin to kind of look like or mimic a stone, like regular natural stone color. This one I was inspired by dragon blood, the stone, so I kind of take the colors in it, but the dragon blood have more like a deeper green color, and but I wanted this one to have a lot more color in it. I'll be making a lot of resin to look like natural stone, guys. It's super easy. Now the tip I'll give you, like when you're making your stone, is just kind of make sure like you match the color of the regular stone to like your resin as much as you can. And one way you can do that, you can just take a picture of the natural stone on Google, and just ask a question like how to get the shade of green or purple or whatever, and to kind of mimic it, and it will give you an answer, and then you can just kind of adjust as you go. So that's one way you can do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you watch this part, guys. It's super easy to make, it's super easy. All I'm gonna be doing is add my resin and then cure as I go, and then once I finish putting all my colors together. Now one thing you have to make sure you flip the mold and to cure at the bottom, otherwise it will not be completely cure. I did have to after I demold this project, I had to kind of go over it and cure it again because the bottom part didn't fully cure. So that's one of the things, because when you're using color resin, or color in your resin, it's harder for you to cure because the light doesn't go through it like completely, so it take more time to cure that way. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you watch this part, guys. Once we finish, I'm gonna demold everything. We're gonna cure again side up, and then once we finish doing that, I'm gonna put them together, the two pieces together, using some clear UV resin. We're gonna glue that, and then after that, what we're gonna be doing is sanding. Now the sanding part is very, very important. This is one way for you to make your piece to look like a regular natural stone. It's because you have to shape the edge or the circumference of it to kind of round it. You have to round it and make it have like that natural stone curve to it. It have to be nice and smooth and rounded. So this is one of the things that you have to do. You cannot skip on the sanding. Nobody likes to sand, but if you want to have a nice looking stone pendant, you're gonna need to do this. Once we finish doing that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of glue like a Q-tip, not a Q-tip, a little stick on it, a little wooden stick on it. I'm gonna cure that cure on it, and then we're gonna dip. Now once I dip, I'm gonna dip twice, and then I'm gonna cure it, and then I'm gonna sand it again. This time I'm gonna sand it using a 400 grit and a 800 grit, just wet sanding this time, the second time around. The first time I use a 120 grit to kind of shape everything, and without not wetted. The first sanding, I never do wet sanding, so that's one thing to keep in mind. So I'm gonna dip it and then cure, and then we're gonna sand it, and then completely clean it, and then we're gonna dip it again, and then we will be done. I'll be back, guys, to show you the finished result. I'll see you in a few. Alright guys, so this is after I had dipped it the first time. This is what it looked like. Now I'm gonna go off camera and we're gonna go ahead and send that, and then I'm gonna dip that. I'm not gonna show you that part because it's basically repetitive. I just did the show you how I did it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and send it wet sanding with a 400 and 800, and then we're gonna go ahead, drill, put our little hook on it, and then we're gonna dip it again and cure it. Now once it's finished curing, now I'm gonna be showing you what the Now, I'm not going to be showing you the process of doing it again, guys, just because I already did it. Now, this is the finished result. Tell me this is not absolutely gorgeous. Now, you can see the curve on the side or on the edges or the circumference of the heart. Now, you can't skip on the sanding, guys. It's very, very important. I hope you like this video, guys. If you do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, just help the channel grow a little bit more. And if you are no subscriber and you're stopping by, thank you again for being here one more time. I love you guys so much. I'll see you on the next video, but until then, you know the drill. Be blessed and stay blessed. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.